Mama told me to be loud. Mama told me to be loud. The feelings take control. Let the feelings take control. feeling take control. Let the feelings take control. Let the feelings take control. Let the feelings take control. The feelings take control. The feelings take control. The feelings take control.
Ladies and gentlemen, the sounds that you're about to hear is all coming out of one human's mouth. Activation. 3 seconds to activation. 2, 1.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I truly hope that all of you guys are doing well. Welcome to the Startup Awards 2024. My name is Morgan Beatbox, and I'm a professional beatboxer. For those of you that don't know what that is, basically it means that I'm unemployed and I beatbox. Okay, where I'm from, I'm all the way from over there. That's where I was. And now I'm in front of you guys. I have a question. Do you guys like music? Right? Do you guys love music? I love music so much that I created an invisible band inside of my body. And I'm here to introduce you guys to this band and have some fun with you guys before we get into the awards. Let me introduce you to my invisible drummer. My invisible drummer sits right here, does things like this. At the very bottom, you got something called a kick drum. Goes like, grab the stick, hit the snare. Up here, you got your hi-hats. That's closed, open. All right, you could ride those. You, of course, have your crash and your toms. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we put this all together. My invisible drummer, on his invisible drum kit, does things like this. Here we go. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the invisible drum kit. Sorry about that, sir. Next instrument I'm going to introduce you guys to is my bass guitarist. It does things like this. Cool thing about this bass guitar is if you flick this switch, it sounds like this. What would you guys say if I told you, thank you. What would you guys say if I told you that I could still sing on top of that? So let's recap. We got the drums, we have the bass, and I'm gonna attempt to try and sing on top of that at the same time. Here we go. to a remix. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Beatbox 101. How you guys doing? Doing good? Alrighty. Amazing, amazing grace. So what I want to do now is I want to get the energy of the room from here up to here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to play one of my favorite vinyls. Do you guys remember vinyls? Do you guys remember 12-inch LPs? Yeah? This is my turntable right here. That's just turning it on. We put the vinyl, we put the needle on the record. Check this out. Welcome to the Startup Awards. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to. That was my little vibe uplifter. You guys feel uplifted? Alrighty. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for my last performance before the standing ovation, I want to show you guys something really, really cool. I'm going to try live in front of you guys to layer as many sounds as I can at the same time. Follow my left hand. It goes something like this. Bass. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my Uber. Enjoy the Startup Awards. Thank you very much, and good night.
Welcome to the second annual South African Startup Awards, live from Cape Town, South Africa. Hosted by Startup Club ZA, South Africa's tech startup and investor community. Presented in partnership with anchor partners, First National Bank, Momentum Group, E-Squared Investments, Paystack, Guardrisk Launchpad, MakeReign, AIONS, Origen Software, AIOX Ventures, South African Future Trust, and Injini, as well as events partners, Melon Mobile, Impact Capital Africa, HAVAÍC, Dommisse Attorneys, Manjaro Marketing, Jozi Angels, OfferZen, and Jonsson Workwear. Without further ado, here's your host and founder of Startup Club ZA, Matthew Marsden.
Okay, Startup Club. It's so funny when you kind of announce yourself, and you come on stage and then you're like, it's me. What an absolute pleasure, folks, to be here with you this evening. Hey, how good was Morgan Beatbox? Come on. Yep. Love it. Let's try that again. Okay. Have I lost you? Oh, no, we're there. We're good. Ladies and gents, what an absolute pleasure it is to have you join us for the 2024 South African Startup Awards. This is our very first in-person edition, having pioneered this ecosystem-wide initiative last year, and we are incredibly privileged, humbled by the response we've had from across the ecosystem. It's been an absolute rallying call from everyone across the startup space, founders, investors, everyone in between, and maybe a round of applause for yourselves. Thank you for coming out on a cold Cape Town evening. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Now, for those of you who are probably wondering, why did we get Morgan to do this tonight? It's because he's the closest thing to a bootstrapped founder we could find, having to invent every instrument in his arsenal, right? Some of you founders out there can relate to being the chief everything officer. And so Morgan was the absolute pinnacle of who we thought would be a great opening act. And thank you so much, Morgan. He will be DJing the night away after the awards. So stick around, grab a drink. And I promise that also comes with other music and not only his voice. But what we have done is we've ruined your rides home this evening, because all of you are going to be attempting some things out of this voice box of yours that have never been heard in that car. But keep it to the car. Folks, wow, what a privilege it is to be here tonight. And you're going to hear me say that a heck of a lot, because we know this is not the only awards initiative out there, certainly not celebrating the startup space. But I mean this sincerely. Startup Club exists because we saw a gap to serve this ecosystem. That is really the mantra of what we do, why we do. And fundamentally, you'll notice this is not called the Startup Club South African Startup Awards. It's not called the Startup Club Awards. It's called the South African Startup Awards. Happens to be hosted by us because we felt a sense of responsibility and ability to rally the ecosystem in celebration of its change makers, its pioneers, its visionaries, many of you in the room here today. And I think that just given the fact that you've all shown up, we're very, very grateful for that. But what I will say is we are thrilled by where the ecosystem currently stands. Wouldn't you agree? Amazing founder potential, investors rallying, we've got capital entering the continent, amazing agency partners here in the room. Man, what a great time to be a technology founder on the continent, but more so here in South Africa. And what a cool opportunity just to celebrate all of you here today. There are going to be 12 winners. Unfortunately, but fortunately, not everyone can win. But let me say this, what a celebration of the South African tech ecosystem. Wouldn't you agree? So I want to take this opportunity very quickly to introduce who we are, if you don't mind, before we get into some formalities this evening. And very quickly, it's somewhat a bit of a pinch me moment, because Startup Club, some of you came to our very first event in the Ster-Kinekor in Cape Town. How many of you remember that? Love that. Where we trialed this about 18 months ago. Since then, we've grown into the largest tech startup and investor community in South Africa. Presence not just in Cape Town, but Johannesburg and around the country. We fundamentally believe that if we're going to propel this technology ecosystem forward, one, it can't happen in silos. There's no use me doing this by myself and not bringing anyone else on for the ride. Many of you can relate to that sentiment, I'm sure. But two, we believe that really the answer lies in people, right? If we don't bring people together in our businesses, let alone in our ecosystem, that's why we're not an events business, but we do a lot of events. And we think it's so important that we do this in person. How many of you are a little bit Zoom fatigued these days? Yeah, fair. We think that having in-person meets, and that's why even tonight it's an awards evening, and some of you probably shunned our wonderful team at the front, but we still have you write your name down on a name badge. Why do we do that? It's the convo starter. It's the, hey, I'm Matthew from Startup Club. What do you do? We think that is the core of great business relationships, hiring, investments, and more. So that's really a little bit about who we are, and we're here to build a startup nation by 2030. Now, a little bit of the things that we do at Startup Club, we absolutely value our people, their diversity. We think South Africans are simple rock stars. There's something tenacious in us that other countries and continents can't necessarily come close to, just this grit, which we love. We're community people first. This is our 21st event in 2 years. I shaved this hair so fine for a reason. This fade is not slick because it's in fashion, folks. We've been busy, but it really so thrilled by being in service of this community. We build platforms, okay, not just in person, but we'll release our tech platform coming out in the first quarter next year. Finally, it'll be the first attempt, we believe, at actually mapping the South African tech ecosystem. Who are the founders, the investors? How do we connect talents with great companies early stage? And importantly, how do we build great narrative around our ecosystem? One of the things sorely lacking is great narrative building around South African tech and the opportunity and the great people doing great things, right? And that's so important. That's actually why awards like this are quite important as well, to lift the profile of this type of entrepreneurship. Very excited that we're going to be catalyzing great founders with capital in the near future as well. More coming in that regard. And of course, if you want to work with us, we are the absolute people who are going to put up our hands and say we want to find a way. So please, if you want to work with us in 2025, we are champions of collaboration. Rally, let's do something together, right? If it's in service of people, we want to do it with you. Now, just some key stats, and I'm conscious I'm standing in the middle of the screen, so I'm just going to meander around here and look quite silly. We've got 12 anchor partners at Startup Club, some wonderful organizations who you will meet this evening. 21 events over the last 2 years. We've reached 5,000 people in person, so a lot has happened in the last short period of time, and just short of 21,000 now online in terms of our community and reach, from over 2,200 organizations. So it's pretty crazy to me, and also think that some of you were privy to the conversation where it was very much a napkin idea over coffee. Let's get some people together and see what happens. Quite cool, hey? We're very grateful. Now, I must pay very quick tribute to some fantastic organizations who rally around ideas like this, because this is no different to an early stage startup, really, and taking risk on an early stage venture. We've got some fantastic anchor partners who come alongside us in Startup Club, support us in our events, support us in some of the initiatives we run, enable us to do this not only in resources, but with great people, ideas, strategy. Very, very grateful for them. I used to introduce everyone by name, but then I realized I ran out of saliva. And so we're now on 12. Okay, but 12 fantastic organizations, and again, you will meet them this evening. And then importantly, some fantastic event-specific partners who've come alongside us, the likes of Jonsson, OfferZen, Melon, etc. Some fantastic organizations who, in some respects, are investors or founders themselves, but realize it takes a village, guys, to grow this ecosystem, and I think most of you will agree. So thank you, of course, for your partnership. I see many of you. We had to celebrate an ecosystem. We had founders who were audacious enough to quit their day jobs or give up on the city stuff and go head first into ventures that made no sense to anyone until all of a sudden they made sense to everyone, right? Some of you founders will know exactly what we're talking about in the room. We had to celebrate great people that have rallied around them. But let me say this. The Startup Awards, you'll notice that we do not have Founder of the Year. You'll notice we don't even have just Startup of the Year, because one, Founder of the Year does a little bit of a disservice to the entire team behind that founder. Is that probably a fair statement to make? You're never going to see a top 50, top 100 person list out of Startup Club, because what a disservice that is to the great teams and village it's taken to get that person to that place. Similarly, we also don't just say, hey guys, let's batch you into a group and just call you startups. There is a need to appraise startups that are like one another into categories, given their nuances around B2C and if they're asset heavy or if they're software businesses. So we split them into verticals, which we'll get into a couple of nuances about this evening. But I think importantly, we're here to fairly, to independently, and to credibly make sure that people are assigned Startup of the Year titles. There are a lot of them floating around in the market today, and we've obviously felt there is a need to rally the ecosystem, to one, make sure this is ecosystem-wide, but that it has great credibility, great meaning, something for startup founders to strive for as well. And of course, whilst we do that, we showcase the beauty of the South African tech space. Now, many of you will know that if you're still probably the odd one out when you go for family bra on a Saturday and people ask you what you do, right? Most people are like, you run a what? you run a startup, you're a founder of an AI business. That's the narrative we're trying to break, right? That is the narrative we're trying to break. So this endeavor, the reason we do it the way we do it, is about showcasing, elevating the ecosystem itself, so people go, goodness me, I can't believe that's coming out of South Africa. How remarkable. Some very quick things, folks. We are here to celebrate technology startups. There is this misnomer around a definition, what a startup actually is, and I'm going to quickly dismiss that now. Startup does not mean starting out. Okay, some of you are startup founders, you are not start-out founders. Okay, we are technology startups, we are building proprietary tech, we're using those in novel ways. We celebrate South African founders. Now you would say, Matthew, why are you stressing that? Obviously, we had more than 20 companies apply from outside of South Africa for the Startup Awards this year. That is why we celebrate South African founders. These need to be active in the market. They're actively used by customers at the moment, so it's way beyond the idea stage. Most are post-revenue businesses or achieving significant user growth. So these are beyond ideas, folks. We want to celebrate people that are building, that are striving, that are achieving traction. And importantly, pre-Series A. Now you say, well, Matthew, why in the world are we talking about this stuff? This is technical, it was on the application. Because folks, we can't have a fair, independent, credible awards if you don't know how we arrived at the winners. Okay, that's why we're doing this up front. So it's important you understand this is well thought through, and certainly those who have made it to the finals, let alone the winners, deserve to be here. We've had some fantastic judges, and one of the beautiful things about an ecosystem-wide initiative here is we had 25 judges come across. 25 from across the ecosystem, founders, investors, people that are agency partners or building in the space. I don't gather my friends in a room and say, hey guys, who do we like the most? Okay, well, we don't just go and say, hey, well, Flip, these are the people in our community the most. We find people from across the country who are actively involved, passionate about entrepreneurship, founders themselves, or backing founders of the future. And thank you so much, of course. Would you mind a quick round of applause for our 25 judges? Lovely. Thank you so much. In fact, some of the judges are clapping way too hard for themselves. So judges, we're very grateful nonetheless for you, so thank you so much. And importantly, folks, what makes a great startup? How do we appraise them? What were our judges using to score startups that are going to win this evening? It's important we disclose this to you, okay? We didn't just thumbsuck these things out of the air. They are appraised across 6 categories. And very importantly, we look at how the business is done in 2024. You can't be a great business in 2015 and expect the 2024 award. All right, so it does matter what you achieved over the last calendar year. I say this flippantly, but I trust you understand our heart in doing this. We want to be fully transparent. Caricature have come alongside our winners, this evening with great sponsors, with great prizes rather. What we pioneered last year was a fine dining winners dinner curated by our friends at First National Bank. And so all of our winners were going to go on a fine dining tasting meal together and get to meet one another and talk collaboration in the future. MakeReign, how many of you like the design behind this year's awards? I don't know about you, I'm in like, wow, this is beautiful. That's the MakeReign team. And the MakeReign team are one of the best UI UX teams in the country. We absolutely love them. They do a lot of our work, but they are doing UI UX audits across websites, products for all of our winners here this evening. So we're not just talking about bragging rights. We want to help your businesses win, folks, through these prizes. And finally, I believe the king of law and venture capital in South Africa is Dommisse Attorneys. He will be shunning himself, going, oh my goodness, no, if you know Adrian. But they're an exceptional team, and they're going to be doing a legal consult with every single one of our winners this evening. That's a pretty decent prize, I'd say, right? Yeah? Beautiful. Okay. There we go. Who wants to see some winners? Yeah? Bated breath, I love it. Okay. So ladies and gents, what I am going to say to you, and some of you have been holding it for so long, the bathroom's at the back, folks, okay? If you haven't already found that out, it is at the back. I should have told you as we started, but it's at the back, okay? Winners who can't hold it, it's at the back. If you are winning a prize tonight, okay, slowly make your way up, don't trip. We have several hundred people watching online from across the country. Thank you for joining us tonight, but that is meme-worthy, folks. That's on you, okay, if you trip on stage. Jokes aside, patiently make your way up to the stage. We've got our wonderful anchor partners who are going to be presenting our winning categories tonight. And presenting the very first category of the evening is Mr. Harley Ferguson, co-founder of Origen Software, presenting our AI and Big Data Startup of the Year in 2024. Let's give him a round
The
of applause.
AI and Big Data Startup of the Year, awarded for innovative use of artificial intelligence and data to create insight, automation, and transformative applications that impact wider sectors.
Cool. Glad this mic is adjusted to my height. Apologies to the rest of you presenting. I've been told I have a minute or so to speak about the partnership that Origen has had over the past 2 years with the Startup Club. While we love this partnership and we love building the platform with Matt and the team, I'd rather use my time to speak about something else. In an environment that's full of networking and startup events and things like that, I think there are a lot of organizations that do it with maybe ulterior motives or they're promoting something. And I think I don't see anything else as organic and as genuine as the Startup Club in the ecosystem, especially in South Africa. And to think that Matt and his better half, Nicole, who I'm sure you've all met is somewhere around here, have completely bootstrapped this themselves, and it's only getting better and getting more. I would just want to give you guys the biggest round of applause. Okay, you can pay me my tip later. Okay, now getting down to business. The nominees for AI and Big Data are
The nominees for AI and Big Data Startup of the Year, AdBot, your outsourcing marketing manager, automating digital campaigns through AI. Merge Mega, the AI platform, matching customers with pre-qualified leads. Jozi, the WhatsApp integrated research platform, ensuring better responses and insights.
And the winner for the AI and Big Data Startup of the Year is Jozi.
He always been faking me out. Can't make you happy.
Jozi is revolutionizing global market research by using WhatsApp and AI. The Jozi platform bridges accessibility gaps, delivering higher response rates, richer insights, and unmatched efficiency. In 2024, Jozi partnered with leading enterprises like Ipsos, Avon, and Pick n Pay, and was recognized as a finalist at the Global SMR Congress.
Is the biotech startup of the year. Full nominees. We've got Chilidzi, the Chief Portfolio Officer of E-Squared, who's going to be presenting this award for biotech. Let's give her a round of applause.
The Biotech Startup of the Year, awarded for the innovative use of life science technology to contribute to better health, food, agriculture, or the environment.
Good evening, everybody. So obviously I dwarf, or he dwarfs me. But as Matthew said, my name is Chirizi from E-Squared. And so what we've really enjoyed about our partnership with Startup Club this year has been connecting with values-aligned founders as well as co-investors, especially as it relates to our ethos around responsible entrepreneurship. And if anybody wants to know a little bit more about what responsible entrepreneurship is, please find me in the crowd. Let's chat a bit more around that, because this is something that we advocate quite strongly for in the ecosystem. But without much further ado, let's get down to the business of
The nominees for the Biotech Startup of the Year. Biocertica, the DNA testing company turning genetic information into actionable insights. Imobizyme, catalyzing innovation through precision fermentation to produce high-value action protein ingredients. Merry Health Solutions, empowering sustainable agriculture using bioinformatics and deep data.
And the winner of this category is Imobizyme.
Founded by Dominique Nicholas, Ethan Hunter, and Nicholas Enslin, Immobizyme is a biotech spin-out company of Stellenbosch University, using precision fermentation to produce high-value active protein ingredients and growth factors. In doing so, they enable businesses to perfect their products and unlock the full potential of their process development. In 2024, Immobizyme grew to a team of 12, successfully raised $1.3 million, developed a range of growth factors currently in clinical trials, and is now generating multiple revenue streams. Congratulations to South African Biotech Startup of the Year, Immobizyme.
Okay. Well done, Immobizyme team. Well done. Biotech Startup of the Year 2024. Congratulations, guys. To think that is spun out of Stellenbosch University, ladies and gentlemen. What a fantastic achievement. And you guys are doing epic things. These are the types of businesses that are going to put the South African tech space on the world map, folks. And we're very, very, very grateful to have an opportunity to simply highlight them tonight. As you can see, we're finding our feet this evening, right? But we're very grateful to have patience amongst you, and Grace, thank you for that. Still 10 categories to go, and you're thinking, how in the world am I going to get home on time? I promise we're going to have you there. But I think without further ado, and also to give some of the nerves a bit of a break from some of our presenters here tonight, our next category is the Climate Tech Startup of the Year. Hyper-competitive category, some wonderful businesses and an ecosystem around climate tech popping up in South Africa, specifically in the last 18 months. So we're really excited to invite Luke Engel from the MakeReign team, one of the co-founders, to present the Climate Tech Startup of the Year.
The Climate and Sustainability Startup of the Year. Awarded for innovation in promoting sustainability and combating climate change by reducing environmental footprints and advancing renewables or fostering circular economies.
We could have had me go second, but hello everyone. As Matthew said, I'm Luke. I'm from MakeReign. We are the digital innovation and transformation partner of the Startup Club. We work with industry-leading businesses and startups to deliver digital transformation solutions. I think speaking about the partnership that we've had with the Startup Club, since it was the Joburg Startup Club over 2.5 years ago. It's been a massively impressive journey to see the work that they've been doing, and I think it certainly aligns with the mission that we have at MakeReign, is to turn the startups of today into the industry leaders of tomorrow. So very much aligned and super honored to be involved in that journey. And the nominees for Climate Startup of the Year. Climate and Sustainability.
The nominees for Climate and Sustainability Startup of the Year.
Founded by Priyash, helping enterprise sustainability issues with instantaneous insights to optimize ops, finance, and impact. In 2024, the company doubled its revenue, built strong brand awareness, represented South Africa in Paris and Dublin, and have closed 80% of their $1.6 million seed round, all while achieving high levels of customer happiness. Congratulations to South African Climate and Sustainability Startup of the Year, the Awareness Company.
Congratulations, Priyash and team. Congratulations. This feels a little bit like a school prize giving, doesn't it? It does. I love it. My first time. It does. I love it. My first time on the distributing end. I'm on the distributing end of the school prize giving. Not that I was on the receiving end much. Hard times. I'm trying to get over it. Folks, what a wonderful pleasure. I'm trying to get over it. Folks, what a wonderful pleasure. We've seen that business really grow from fledgling to company to venture-backed, and now doing some remarkable things in the world for big name clients and enterprises. And these are important problems people are solving for. I don't know if you know, this With Respect is not just another side hustle that gets set up. These are fantastic businesses solving hardcore problems and making meaningful impact in the world. And we absolutely love that, right? So what an amazing opportunity to celebrate the Awareness Company, but in particular, some of the amazing climate tech businesses doing big things out of South Africa to the world. Congratulations, guys, and your team. I'm sure a few are watching online as well. Is that right, Priyash? Hi, team. There we go. Now, folks, we are into our fourth category for the evening. That's right. Yeah, fourth category, love it. Okay, and tonight we are very, very excited to celebrate quite a popular category. Loads of entries this year, but we've distilled it down to a very competitive finalist base, and that is the Consumer Tech Startup of the Year, the Consumer Tech Startup of the Year. And presenting the Consumer Tech Startup of the Year is the wonderful marketing lead from Paystack, Ondela. Let's give her a round of applause.
The Consumer Tech Startup of the Year, awarded to the startup that's transforming consumer experience or enhancing consumer behavior.
Thank you, Matthew, and good evening, everybody. It's really a pleasure to be here with you tonight and celebrate some of the best minds in the startup space. So, like Matthew said, my name is Ondela, and I am the marketing head for Paystack, where we're not only proud to be one of the 12 anchor partners here tonight with you, but also a passion of ours is really democratizing the payment space so that more of you can take your incredible ideas and bring them to fruition. So, with that said, here are your nominees for the Consumer Tech Startup of the Year.
The nominees for Consumer Tech Startup of the Year: Buzzer, the data-free, personal safety app ensuring your peace of mind. Entle Flora, the flower vending solution ensuring gifting ease and convenience for customers. Truvu Virtual Tours, the software bridging the gap in online property browsing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for the winner of the South African Consumer Tech Startup of the Year, TrueView Virtual Tours.
Founded by Waldo Boshoff and Tristan Katsia, Truva's virtual tour software is changing the online property browsing experience by letting estate agents and homeowners create immersive crystal clear tours of their properties using only their phones, making listings more accessible and engaging. In 2024, Truva built a significant pipeline of real estate agencies, achieved 98% profit margins since launch, secured a reseller partnership in the United Arab Emirates, and is about to commence a trial for 3,000 of Booking.com's partners. Congratulations to South African Consumer Tech Startup of the Year, Truva Virtual Tours.
Well done, guys. Well done. Congratulations. Amazing to see the TrueView business grow from side hustle into full hustle and now doing some amazing things in the world. So congratulations to the Consumer Tech Startup of the Year, TrueView. And folks, it's one of the amazing things that I think we have discovered through Startup Club is this discovery engine, if you would. This ability to meet founders who were once in the past were celebrating. Take the chance to just know. Invest in time. But amazingly, if you do not this evening inspired by what you're seeing in South African tech, then we haven't done our jobs right. But I actually think the problem is with you, if I can be honest, right? These are inspiring companies, yeah? Okay, all three of you agree. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Now, folks, next up is a hyper-competitive space, but it's the world of digital commerce. And of course, this is talking about taking old industries and moving them to new. It's about reinventing the way that people buy and they sell. And very pleased to introduce Marco, who's the investment manager from Guardrisk Launchpad, one of our anchor partners, to present the Digital Commerce Startup of the Year.
The Digital Commerce Startup of the Year, awarded to the startup that's reshaping traditional commerce and enhancing how goods and services are bought and sold.
Hello everyone, I am on antibiotics at the moment, just for the rest of you. You're all in the clear. I'm Marco from Guardrisk, and it's my privilege to be presenting to you the Digital Commerce of the Year Award, Startup of the Year Award this evening. And it's an absolute privilege to be part of this ecosystem celebrating innovation and entrepreneurship in the South African startup space. And Matt, to you and your team, thanks for providing this platform to the startups out there and creating awareness. I mean, I haven't even seen these startups prior to engaging in this ecosystem, and it's just been remarkable. Seeing the quality of startups emerging through the space has been quite a journey for us over the past 18 months. believe that we were there when you started. It was quite small, Joburg Startup Club, a couple of people, fantastic, and yes, that is. Oh, not reading this one yet. I'm 2 steps ahead, and the nominees for the.
The nominees for the Digital Commerce Startup of the Year. Conservio, the leading booking platform for getaways to nature. Hailer, the platform transforming ads into engaging, playable, and rewarding user experiences. Gasidi, providing efficient logistics and delivery services to the township economy. Regisa e-commerce, the user-friendly platform enabling SMEs to sell online.
Congratulations to South African Digital Commerce Startup of the Year, Hailer.
Founded by Inez de Jong, Hailer is a digital advertising solution that allows brands to captivate online audiences through gamified content, driving deeper engagement, loyalty, and insights. In 2024, Hailer enabled successful digital campaigns for brands like TFG, Sanlam, and Clicks, demonstrating high engagement and bottom-line results. Hailer was highly commended at this year's SA Loyalty Awards and is finishing the year strong with the launch of their self-service SaaS product, Hailer Express. Congratulations to South African Digital Commerce Startup of the Year, Hailer.
Well done, Hailer. Well done. The Digital Commerce Startup of the Year 2024, building absolutely amazing things and helping brands engage with customers in new and novel ways. What I will say is Presenter of the Year goes to Marco. Well done, Marco. Sincerely, this man he's got on a flight this morning, he's not complained one bit. I didn't even know you were on antibiotics. Why you say yes to me is beyond me. But we're very grateful, Marco. Thank you, of course, for flying in from Jozi. We're grateful, mate. And before we take a very quick break, ladies and gents, a category that many of you are immensely, immensely excited about, and that is the EdTech space. This is one of the most competitive spaces in the South African startup ecosystem. And in some respects, if all of you win, we all win. Our kids win, our future generations win, and so we are rooting for you. Needless to say, we do have to crown a winner of the finalists in this category this evening, and it is
Awarded to the startup building learners, educators, or institutions, driving better engagement and outcomes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We've gone from tallest to shortest in this presenter. I am honored to be able to present the EdTech Startup of the Year award. EdTech is often an overlooked category between biotech and fintech and agri-tech and consumer tech and all those things, all of which are amazing, by the way, not downplaying that, but education really lays the foundation for all the innovation that happens in this room. So I am delighted to be able to present that award, but before I do, where's Chad? Are you getting this so that I can send it to my mother on the family WhatsApp group? Thank you. Great, thanks, Chad. So we partnered with the Startup Club this year because we wanted to give EdTech a seat at the table or in the front row or on the stage or whatever it may be. I am delighted to be able to do that along with the nominees for this year's EdTech of the Year, and those nominees are...
The nominees for the EdTech Startup of the Year. Kela, Professional Development Solutions for School Educators and Leaders. Limu, helping children learn indigenous languages through animation and games. Malsoft Academy, equipping African students to launch successful careers in software development. Zio, the online coding school equipping students with practical digital skills.
Awesome. Really thrilled to see those EdTechs up there. The winner of the EdTech Startup of the Year is Malsoft.
Founded by Lareth and Loris Jimu, Malsoft equips young Africans with in-demand tech skills to launch successful careers in software development. Boasting a 100% placement rate for graduates, their commitment to building practical, job-ready skills has boosted talent in the tech industry. In 2024, Microsoft has trained and placed over 300 students, reached over 5 million people through their free online content, and before year-end, will launch their Data Science Bootcamp, opening new Cape Town campus and secure US-based positions for graduates. Congratulations to South African EdTech Startup of the Year, Microsoft Academy.
Folks, and the founders of that business, I know, are probably going crazy online right now because they are two of the most charismatic brothers who have borne this problem that they feel called to solve in the world, and that is educating youngsters and placing them in a proactive way for the future. So what a cool problem to fall in love with, and they're doing it amazingly. What a year for Microsoft Academy. But I will say this, what a category, man, and the caliber of edtech businesses coming out of this country, goodness me, the future is bright, right? So we are very, very thrilled about that. Now, ladies and gents, we're going to take a very quick break. How many of you feeling good still? Yeah? Are we happy? Are we enjoying? Amazing, I love that. Now, folks, how many of you would say that you are feeling good? Yeah? How many of you would say you are feeling positive? Ladies and gentlemen, it is my immense pleasure this evening to present to you Mr. Skalk Bezuidenhout. Mr. Feeling Good, Mr. Feeling Positive himself. Mr. Skalk Bezuidenhout, thank you for joining us. Over to Skalk, ladies and gents.
Hi, sorry. I'm a bit flustered because I had to immediately ask for another microphone because the previous guy fucking coughed into... I haven't seen this guy, and you're sitting in front. He's been coughing here all night. This whole block, you're getting sick because now it goes up and then it's been drifting there. That makes you, because you don't realize how intimate a microphone is now. And I haven't seen a lot of people cough and then cover their mouth afterward. He went, sorry, I'm on antibiotics. Antibiotics! Folk, if you still said Carenza ICC, I would have been like, okay, it's not that bad. But the antibiotics! I'm really sorry for the lady who came up afterwards. I hope you don't have a busy week because... Like, folk, get you to the yacht. They're probably just in a school somewhere. And everyone who walks on here looks like a millionaire, and it's crazy. Yeah, because like my industry, when you start, you know, like there's not a big scheme. You're earning like 500. Well, I was working for free for the first. You're an open spot. You work for free. I think that in my first year of comedy, I earned 500 rand, and then the next year I earned 1,000 rand. So I also doubled my revenue in the. So I'm not actually we're not that different actually. But now you know I've also like my company's well I am the company and the company is me. It's a hard thing to, but you know I started here in Cape Town. My startup started at the Purple Turtle on Long Street. I didn't start in a garage. I started somewhere much worse. And and if you ever were at the Purple Turtle on Long Street, then you are probably also permanently on antibiotics right now. It was a very dirty place, and now I'm in a place, I don't know if it's moving up in the world, but I live now in Ballito, and it always gets that response from Cape Town people, like, fucking why? But you guys don't get it, because like Cape Town people, you guys went to like Hermanus for holiday, but I'm from Joburg, I'm from the East Rand, and the KZN, that was our go-to holiday destination, because like we were like lower middle class from the East Rand. We couldn't afford the petrol all the way to Umhlanga, but you didn't have to get to Umhlanga, you just had to get to Harry Smith, and then your dad puts in neutral, and then you're just free from there. And then you and your mom just had to lean forward. So now I live in Ballito, and this is how you know God has a sense of humor, because my wife really wanted to move to Ballito, and then I said, oh well, okay, you know, I'm not a startup anymore. I can get us the house in Ballito, and then I bought this house in Ballito, and then 6 months later she left me, and now I've got a fucking house in Ballito. That wasn't my idea in the first place. That wasn't supposed to be funny, but it is, I guess. Who cares after CR? And no, that's the thing. Even I cannot actually believe that even with my divorce, the Springboks have managed to steal my shine. Because I can't tell you how many times I've done a show on a Saturday, and then people, not even fans of mine, friends, close personal friends, will send me a message saying, "Hey, Skull, we bought tickets. It's fine, keep the money, but we won't be coming to the show. We didn't realize the Springboks are playing. So, sorry, we won't be coming to the show." And then now, even with my divorce, Sia mentioned it, or announced it a week before. No one cared about mine. And you know what a slap in the face it is? When you are getting divorced, it's the most traumatic thing I will ever go through. And then people will come up to you, "Oh, you're getting divorced, shame, are you okay?" And then you go, "Yeah, no, yeah, I'm getting divorced." And they go, "Oh, like Sia." No, like me. Like actual me. And all the comments, I was so offended actually, because if you went onto his Instagram profile, all the comments were like, "Don't leave Rachel, Sia. Don't leave her. You can work it out." They're just assuming that he left her. All my comments, "Why did she leave you?" I mean, she did, but you shouldn't assume. That's the point. And I don't know how I'm going to navigate single life if Sia's out there. I can't compete with that. I know looks are subjective, but he's been in a Nivea ad. I haven't even been in a fucking Vicks ad. Okay, I don't stand a chance against Sia Kolisi. But anyway, so I ended up in Ballito, and if you ever gonna relocate, and I know Cape Town people, you'll never move. You love it here, nah? But the thing is, if you ever move to a different city, my advice is just rent first, okay? Because if you buy, it's not as easy to just pack up and go again. And I'm glad there's people filming. I want you to post this clip of me saying there's a special place in hell for estate agents, okay? It's Joseph Fritzl, the Nazis, and then estate agents right next to them, okay? Because they lie. Oh my word. Can someone start a fucking app, nah? Just to stuff. We don't even give them. That's my life. If you didn't win a prize tonight, just think of that story. This doesn't feel like there's a big Afrikaans contingent here. Are there Afrikaans people here? We're in the Fin Agri, in the Fin, the Agri, the Millie app. You made the Millie app. What is your business? No. Say, please. Organizational development and change management, one of my favorite categories of the night. No, so yeah, I feel a bit like out of place at these events because I'm definitely underdressed. I'm so sorry. I thought like Cape Town, people are hipster, people wear like Mickey Mouse, and yeah, no. I got here, it's very normcore. But I get it, you guys are dressed. I just grew up like with very normal Afrikaans, you know, like, and I'm very proud to be Afrikaans. I don't think like when I was here at the University of Cape Town, it wasn't that Afrikaans. So I think it wasn't like I was proud Afrikaans. I kind of wanted to hide it a little bit because, you know, like you want to impress English girls. And now I'm like super proud to be Afrikaans, but like when I think back, a lot of people that came to talk to us at schools, you know, that's why I think a comedian is a great thing to get for something like this, because it's just fun. There's no like point to it. It's just like you have a laugh and then it's done. But like in school, they used to get a lot of people. We used to have a lot of talks now where we sat like this and people came to talk to us. But now you think back and you're like, what was the point of that? I don't know if this was only an Afrikaans school experience, but did you ever think, what did Sasko Sam actually teach us? Okay? Because he was there often. If you don't know Sasko Sam, okay, then you are too young. But basically late 90s, early 2000s, Sasko, the bread, Sasko, realized they are cocking off compared to Albany. And they said, guys, we need a mascot. They came up with Sasko Sam. Nah? He was a slice of bread. They would come to your school. Nah? And he was there an uncomfortable amount. Like at least once a month. And we were always happy to see him. We'd be like, "Fuck, it's Sasko Sam," and he's there, "Hey, how's it?" And then he'd like run on stage and throw us with bread in the face like we were fucking pigeons. And we were into it. We were like, and then you'd go home and your mom's like, "How was school today?" And you say, "It was great. There was a dancing white bread." And then she would say, "Yes, but did he teach you anything about like hunger in Africa or anything like that?" And then you go, "No, he danced to Waka Waka and he fucked off." It's easy as that. And then, you know, Afrikaans schools obviously more on the traditional side. Like we'd open a school assembly with prayer and everything in the morning. And then there was a guy that would come warn you about the devil. Afrikaans people, we like very scared of the devil. So this guy would come. And he did a tour. Nah? He wasn't part of the school. He was an independent contractor, freelancer. He did a tour of the country to warn people about the devil, warn schools about the devil. And he would come on stage and tell you the devil is sending you constantly. Nah? He's sending you subliminal messages to try and convert you. And then you go, "Well, where is he sending me these messages?" And the guy would teach you, he's sending you the messages in the music that you listen to. That's where he's hiding. But only if you listen to it backwards. And you would say, "Well, it's fine. I don't listen to music backwards. I only listen to it forwards, actually. Because backwards, it sounds shit." And then he'd say, "No, but okay, just in case the hi-fi gets stuck or something." So then he would play a Kurt Darren CD backwards. And then he's like, "Do you hear that?" You're like, "No, I'm not sorry. I'm not hearing the devil there." And then he's like, "Listen very closely. I'm sorry, I'm just not hearing the satanic message." And he's like, "Just listen very..." You're like, "I'm just not hearing it, sorry." And then he says, "Fine, to the untrained ear, you might not hear it." There was another guy, I think him and the devil guy came as a 2-for-1 special, but there was another guy just showing you a variety of reptiles. Once again, does not teach you about the reptiles. Where's the education, women? Where was the education here? Does not teach you about the reptiles. He just shows you the reptiles. So we'd go from Kurt Darren backwards to 5 minutes later, "Check this fucking iguana." And then the police would come once a year. That was my favorite day of the year. The police would come. Nah? It was a bit sad because it was reverse employee of the month. It was the cockatoo policeman in Kempton Park. And I quickly realized, oh, we are the punishment. If you made the least arrests, you had to come talk to us. But what I appreciated about them is they didn't waste our time with boring speeches. They went straight to the action. So they'd come in, "Everyone go to the rugby field." And then you're like, "Yay." And then one guy had an Alsatian, you know, like he has a German Shepherd. You knew the other guy was in trouble because he was wrapped in a mattress. And then this guy, he's working up the Alsatian. He doesn't have to. It's already an aggressive dog. But he's getting him even more. Like he's slapping him through the face, puts headphones on him and plays Kurt Darren backwards. Eventually, this Alsatian is like, fucking demonic, nah? Then he gives the other guy a head start as if he stands a chance. And he goes, "Jan, run." Then releases the Alsatian. It's there in 2 seconds, grabs the guy by the arm. This guy's running around screaming in agony. Help, he's through the mattress. Ow. We're sitting there 8 years old. Bite him, bite him, bite him. And then they drop a smoke bomb. Sasko Sam does the worm, and then they fucked off. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the evening. To all the categories that are left, we're so excited to see what more you're going to do in your life, in our industries. And I hope you guys can eventually, all of you, make it from a startup business to just a business. And just a normal business. And and it's the festive season, it's Cape Town, so if you want to enjoy this, on the way out, because he flew in, where did he fly in from, sir?
Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. Usually I put something on TV, so we never think about you and me. But today I see our reflections clearly in Hollywood, laying on the screen. You just need a better life than this. You need something I can never give. Fake water all across the road. It's gone now, the night is come. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. You can't fight it, you can't breathe. You say something so loving, but now I gotta let you go. You'll be better off in someone new. I don't wanna be alone. You know it hurts me too. You look so broken when you cry. One more and then I say goodbye. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves been faking me out. Make you happier now. All I think about is you. Late heat waves out. Make you happy. What you're dreaming of when you sleep and smile so comfortable. I just wish that I could give you that look that's perfectly unsaid. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. Heat waves been faking.
Okay. A busy year. A busy year indeed, a busy year indeed. But nonetheless, we are in a tight schedule this evening, folks. So we're going to get back into our latter 6 categories of the year. Some fantastic ones coming up and highly contested as well. I hope everyone is still doing well online. We've got a couple of 100 folks tuning in and watch parties all around the country. So we're really excited about that as well, that you can join us tonight. Now, ladies and gents, the next category is one that is on the tip of every venture capitalist's tongue, and that is the FinTech Startup of the Year. Won by Revio, now Presium, Nicole here in the crowd last year. It's a fantastic category, obviously one that has got burgeoning talents out of Africa, and we're incredibly excited to celebrate that this evening. Will be presented by our wonderful friends at First National Bank. Let's welcome up Omi Mbo as he's going to come and present the FinTech Startup of the Year.
The FinTech Startup of the Year. Awarded to the startup improving access, inclusivity, or efficiency of financial services, contributing to a more connected and empowered economy.
Hi, everybody. I'd like to start by thanking my mom. Um, but no, seriously, my name is Omi, representing FNB. And I just wanted to say we do not take the honor and privilege of being in this room and sharing this space with such unstoppable innovation and talent such as yourselves for granted. We certainly look forward, Matt, for further collaboration from an F&B perspective in terms of making sure that we continue to empower, to continue to support the unstoppable spirit that you show tonight. But it's not about us, it's about you tonight, and the nominees for the FinTech Startup Award are
The nominees for the FinTech Startup of the Year: Float, Africa's first card-linked installment platform; Happy Pay, empowering South African consumers with zero-cost credit; Leasesurance, revolutionizing property rental by replacing cash deposits with lease insurance.
Cool. And the winner for the FinTech Startup of the Year award goes to Float.
Founded by Alex Forsyth Thompson and Paul Mason, Float is Africa's first card-linked installment platform, letting shoppers split their credit card payments over 24 interest-free, fee-free monthly installments while helping merchants grow their sales. In 2024, Float more than doubled their merchant base and transaction volumes, grew their headcount, participated in the Visa Everywhere and Anglo-American IFN initiatives, and secured an $11 million.
Folks, our next excited about is the future of work, and CEO of the South African Future Trust to present this award.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? You all good? Really cool to be standing over here to present this award today. We've had a great partnership with Matthew and Nicole in the Startup Club. And, you know, when your partnership is shared by this passion and vision that you have for entrepreneurship, then it's actually just easy to work. So we're happy to be your sidekicks. And, yeah, we'll go from strength to strength. So thanks so much. I've got the honor and privilege to present the following award. As Matt said, it's the Top Future of Work Award. And the nominees are
The Future of Work Startup of the Year. Awarded to the startup making advancements in hiring, HR, remote work, productivity, or systems that are optimizing the way we work. The nominees for the Future of Work Startup of the Year: Crayon, the four-way African jobs marketplace, tracking and matching platform; GEM, the WhatsApp-enabled HR and employee benefits platform for frontline employees; JoBox, the university employment ecosystem connecting employers, students, and graduate career offices; Servcraft, the digital job management system helping installation businesses win sales and get paid.
who's the crowd's favorite? And the winner is GEM.
Founded by Caroline van der Merwe and Simon Ellis, GEM is the first HR platform that meets employees where they already are. WhatsApp. Employers can get critical information to employees, and employees can submit queries and get access to their benefits. Now servicing more than 130,000 employees throughout Southern Africa, GEM's customer base, employee headcount, and revenue base grew significantly in 2024. And on the brink of fresh funding, they're well positioned to become the HR system of choice for frontline workers across the continent. Congratulations to South African Future of Work Startup of the Year, GEM.
Cool. Folks, it's crazy to think there are startups that are helping startups help them start up. We didn't want to call it that, but the future work category is a close second. Congratulations to Jem. You guys are doing amazing work. Fantastic year past. And I've got no doubt some big, impactful things in the near future as well. Next up, a category that many of you will care a lot about, and that is the Health Tech Startup of the Year in 2024. I would argue, folks, that this was probably our most competitive category by score count. When I said it was 0.1 difference between the winner on the judges' scoring and the second placed company, that is how close the difference was in awarding this winner. So we are serious to sticking to those scores as well. But at the same time, wow, congratulations, finalists. You're all doing some really significant things. With that said, my pleasure to welcome up Atish from the Momentum Group to present the Health Tech Startup of the Year.
The Health Tech Startup of the Year. Awarded to the startup improving healthcare access, enhancing patient outcomes, or streamline medical processes that foster a healthier society.
Good evening, everybody. I am so glad I didn't have to follow Skulk. I'm Atish Ramkaran. I'm the Group Executive for Digital Transformation at Momentum. Matt, a longtime fan. I still have the Joburg Startup Club swag, the little notebook. Longtime fan, first time award presenter. Really, really glad to be a part of supporting the Startup Club to provide such a fantastic platform for the amazing startups that we see here today. I'll tell you what, from a judging perspective, it was really, really difficult. You know, the 0.1 or the points that were being shaved here, very, very difficult to actually get through it all. And the nominees for
Dental care accessible through tech-driven innovation. Strove, the integrated well-being and engagement platform for the modern workforce. Wello Health, on-demand workplace and home care services for health insurers and companies.
And the winner of the South African Health Tech Startup of the Year is La La Land Strove.
Founded by Chris Brackhausen, Strove is an integrated well-being and employee engagement platform, improving mental and physical health through proactive behavior. From fitness tracking and mindfulness tools to expert-led nutrition guidance and social challenges, Strove is building healthier, happier, and more connected teams. In 2024, Strove doubled their user base and their recurring revenue surged 2.5 times. Their team expanded to 23 and they onboarded several significant enterprise and medical aid schemes. Excitingly, Strove will launch their first B2C product in the next 3 months. Congratulations to South African Health Tech Startup of the Year, Strove.
Okay, well done, Team Strove. Well done. There we go, South African Health Tech Startup of the Year. Arguably our most competitive category this year, folks. 6 companies in the finals. It's pretty remarkable what people are building. And if we aren't clearly the healthiest country in the world after all of this, I'm not sure, right? But well done, Team Strove. Congratulations, as well as our other finalists. Next up, ladies and gents, 3 categories remain for the evening before we party the night away, but certainly not least. Let me tell you, we're very excited about our last 3 categories. And first up is the informal market category of the year. Now, I was privileged to recently hear Mr. Gigi Alcock. Some of you will know him. He is a little bit of a visionary around the informal space. And he asks us actually not to insists that we don't call this the informal sector any longer because it is super formal. It's just not necessarily connected to the formal environment. This category is a great testament to companies that are not only bridging that gap, but unleashing the potential of the South African informal space. And it brings me great pleasure to introduce Nicole Gray, one of the venture leads at AIONS Ventures, to present the Informal Market Startup of the Year.
The Informal Market Startup of the Year. Awarded to the startup that's supporting growth, improving access, or driving digital inclusion to serve and empower the informal market.
Cool. Am I close enough? Can you guys hear me? Okay. I'm Nicole from AIONS Ventures. I've been working with Matt and Nicole, other Nicole, from earlier this year. I started at AIONS in July and I was welcomed into their family. So really excited to be a part of this because we work with idea stage startups, and it's really great to bring them to events like this to see where they can grow to. So super excited to show you the nominees for the Informal Market Award.
The nominees of the Informal Market Startup of the Year. Delivery Speed, the delivery service bringing accessibility to townships. Seller's Plug, simplify procurement of hardware and building supplies in rural and township areas. Tribute Tree, the insights and intelligence solution solving the visibility gap in South Africa's informal retail sector.
Alrighty, and the winner for the Informal Market Startup of the Year, Delivery Speed.
Founded by Guardrisk, Delivery Speed is transforming the landscape of food and parcel delivery in the townships by creating access for e-commerce buyers and sellers, as well as employment hubs for local youth. In 2024, Delivery Speed significantly grew its customer and employee base, cemented partnerships with the Spar Group and Telkom Future Makers, and expanded its services beyond Hammanskraal and Pretoria to new delivery points in Soweto and Mpumalanga. DKS will soon commence rollout of a PL.
Congratulations. Two more congratulations. Two more categories this evening. Are you still with me? Lovely, thank you so much. Two more categories. Our penultimate category is presented by a friend of mine, not only a respected founder in the tech space in South Africa, but is certainly doing some impactful work through AIONS, now various streams, AIONS Ventures, Creative Tech, and ALX. And AEX. But we love the partnership. One of our very first partners, it's Mitch Adams, and he's here to present the Mobility and Logistics Startup of the Year in 2024. Let's give it up for Mitch.
The Mobility and Logistics Startup of the Year. Awarded to the startup enabling or optimizing the movement of goods and people, advancing mobility, or creating new value in the transport and supply chain.
Okay, as Matt said, I'm Mitch Adams. I am the co-founder and CEO of AIONS, Creative Technology, also AIONS Ventures. And we create jobs by building sustainable businesses. And those sustainable businesses are mainly SMEs. And Matt is a liar. We weren't one of the first. We were the first, right? And I keep telling people it's 8,000 online users. I just saw 20,000 there. That's ridiculous. And that's in 2 years. And yeah, so we've been with him for 2 years. We're fully responsible for that 20,000 that and it's been a great journey with Startup Club. I think we came out of nowhere. I'm a co-founder in Ozo. Lyle's over there is also my co-founder at Ozo. And getting into the space was ridiculous. People shunned us, kind of like Matthew shuns people that don't show up to events. You're not allowed anymore. And yeah, it was quite difficult. We've been in the space for 2 years, and one of the formidable forces in it at the SAF conference told me, 2 years, you did a good job. And I think that's mainly because of this ecosystem that's been built. 2025, Matt, I sent you a message, I think a week ago, to tell you some plans we have where we can partner together. I think it's gonna be way bigger than what you think. So, #snake months. That sounds scary, right? But it's good. So without further ado, I don't want to sound like a stupid and say the nominees, and then this thing says the nominees, so just the nominees.
The nominees for the Mobility and Logistics Startup of the Year. Eagle Eye, revolutionizing vehicle security with biometric protection. Motion Ads, the delivery bike advertising solution, increasing brand visibility for companies and supplementing driver income. Smarty, the asset management solution, leveraging data analytics and visualization to reduce costs and ensure security. Zimi Charge, the smart electric vehicle charging and energy management platform.
One of the privileges we have of being the first, is that I got to see all of these companies from day one applying in the beginning. I've got to see their growth, and they're all amazing. And to actually see the winner here is like, wow, like how did you guys choose? I wasn't part of the judging, by the way. The winner is Motion Ads.
Founded by Jonathan Berkowitz and Ellen Band, Motion Ads has created a new channel for brands to reach their audience while empowering thousands of on-demand delivery drivers across South Africa. By combining proprietary tracking technology with moving billboards, Motion Ads' work in pioneering the category has cemented them as the exclusive advertising partner to Uber Eats. In 2024, Motion Ads grew its employee and customer base, expanded its operation to 7 South African cities, with Bloemfontein on the near horizon, and crossed 14 million rand in total payouts to delivery drivers. Congratulations to South African Mobility and Logistics Startup of the Year, Motion Ads.
Well done. You know, folks, talk about creating value in the supply chain, right? For a significant for you, Motion Ads. Now, I'm not going to introduce myself to be corny, but I'm presenting the final category of the year. So the presenter for the People's Choice Award is me, Matthew.
The People's Choice Startup of the Year.
Thank you.
Awarded to the startup that garnered the most public support during the 2024 South African Startup Awards.
Okay, thank you, Matthew. Pleasure, Matt. Hi, everybody. I'm Matthew here. We've been partnering with Startup Club since it felt like day one. What a pleasure, folks, to present our very first People's Choice Award category in 2024. And this is also one of the rewards for people who decide to rally their communities. And can I say that voting, this was never going to be a popularity contest. So the folks that win categories did not get the most votes in categories. We want our judges to have an opportunity to praise these businesses based on what they've done in the 2024 calendar year. But nonetheless, there is something remarkable about a startup that is able to rally its stakeholders to get behind an initiative like this. And our winning startup in 5 days had almost 300 people from their community vote for their business. Just think about that for a second, the exposure that gets across the public, what that does for this business. I think it speaks a whirlwind and a testament to these founders and to the product and the reach that they've built as well. So without further ado, or rather the nominees, almost got my own order wrong, can you believe it? The nominees are...
The nominees of the People's Choice Startup of the Year. Fuel Switch, the renewable energy trading exchange, enabling the transition to a sustainable world. Crayon, Happy Pay, Keller, Limu, Plant the Seed.
Okay. Now, folks, this is our very last category. Can you believe it? I hope you're not as disappointed as I am, but the winner of the South African People's Choice Startup of the Year is none other than Happy Pay.
Founded by Wesley Billett, Patrick Petrosky, Mark Geary, and Max Mabonyan, Happy Pay empowers South Africans with zero cost credit, replacing high-interest retail credit and payday loans to save them millions annually in interest and fees. At the same time, they give merchants a powerful, sustainable channel for new customer and revenue growth. In 2024, Happy Pay crossed 180,000 registered users, 1,500 merchant partners, cemented a global partnership with MasterCard, and sponsored bank approval from Nedbank, alongside a $1.8 million fundraise. Congratulations to South African People's Choice Startup of the Year, Happy Pay.
Well done. Congratulations to Happy Pay, and very, very narrow in the fintech category of the year as well. Congratulations, guys, building something significant out of Cape Town. We are thrilled to say that, can you believe it, folks, this evening marks, I'm not actually thrilled about it, but it's been a busy year. This evening marks our end of the 2024 calendar year as Startup Club. And I just wanted to quickly say to some of you that before we let you go this evening, it is a sincere privilege, one, that I get to do this with my lovely wife, who gets no credit, by the way. So if you would give her a round of applause. Yeah. She will hate that. She will hate that because she's a classic behind-the-scenes person. But goodness me, what a remarkable woman I have married, and that has nothing to do. If there was a Wife of the Year category, sorry everybody, she wins. Okay, she wins. But really, what a privilege it is for us as a couple to pursue what we think we are called to do in service of this ecosystem, to equip, empower entrepreneurs, to make it easier for capital to get into this market, to support great founders and visionaries. We are as committed as ever to doubling down on this space in 2025. But what I want to say is, let this not be lip service on what we've said this evening, what we've done so far. Please, let's collaborate. This country has the potential to be the most remarkable place to live and most remarkable country in the world. Would you agree? Some of you do. Some of you are skeptical. Some of you are skeptical, but then to launch our investment vehicle, a number of the founders, folks, not just kindness. About that because we think there's a proper early stage gap in the ecosystem. Would many of you agree? All three of you? Some of you are like, they never give me money, but you don't want to agree. Nonetheless, this is happening, folks. We're very excited about our investment vehicle. Stay tuned to our platform. We're bringing back a whole host of events in 2025. But I will say this finally, just to sign off, is that if there is something you want to bring to the table, if there's something that our reach can offer this ecosystem, please just chat to me. We would love to partner, to collaborate from South Africa to the world. And before we let you go, I mentioned our wonderful friends at Jonsson are giving you all compliments of us and Jonsson Workwear, a cap for summer, a quick dry cap for summer. It's our first piece of Startup Club merch. And so please grab from the team on the way out. And folks, what I can say is I want to just give a quick moment of praise. This kind of sounds like a 21st birthday thanking your mom, but I hope you don't mind. We've never done this before in person. Quick moments of praise. Every time we do an event at Startup Club, we get a lot of credit where it's actually not due. We might be great ideators, but execution-wise, there is this remarkable team called 139 that rally around us. There's a wonderful woman who's not going to hate it that I'm pointing her out, but Roxanne in the back is absolute rock star. And let it not be lost on us, right? Again, it takes the village. It's really not us. Please don't give us credit. We've got amazing stakeholders at Rally, partners, friends. Thank you so much for your input. Everyone here today. Chad, who's the best videographer I've ever met. And folks, please stick around, enjoy, get your caps, have a drink. Let's dance to the wonderful tunes of Mr. Morgan Beatbox. See you next year. Thank you.